I just came from one side now. Spirit of Helsinki, of
Spirit of
course.
Helsinki.
Ex-father of Finland. One of the, if not the biggest boat in the
Yeah.
in the ocean global race. We already met you as a solo sailor.
Yeah.
We will not speak about that because we are here to speak about Spirit of Helsinki.
Let's do that.
So you did 3 legs?
That's right, yeah. So I joined the boat in Southampton. So I've been on the boat all the way so far. Leg 1, leg 2, leg 3, and now we're getting ready for leg 4, Punta Leicester, back to the UK.
Okay, so let's see. Let's have a private visit with the chief mate on Spirit of Helsinki.
You want to follow me on board?
Yeah, I follow you.
So be careful on the passerelle.
Now I understood it was a bit tricky.
It's a bit tricky. Okay.
So what we would like to see is how you guys are eating, sleeping,
Okay.
how you are doing the watches on Spirit of Helsinki. How many people you are on board?
So for this leg, we're going to be 13 people. So
13.
Spirit Helsinki is one of the biggest crews in all of the boats. We've been 12 and 14. So
it's a Swan 651.
Swan 651, about 1985. It was built for a whitbread race, and then it was converted into a cruising boat for the rest of its life, and it's been brought back for this race. But it's still quite a cruising boat, so it's very different to some of the boats down below. It's a bit more luxurious than the
But we
average
noticed that
boat.
when you arrive in the harbors, you are always very clean and looking very smart. So
They have a great first mate. So, come on down.
so how is it, because we are on the deck, how is the watch system on your boat?
Okay, so we will run a watch. We run 3 watches, and each watch only does 3 hours, and then they get 6 hours off.
Okay.
So it's quite a luxury. But what happens is when they come off their watch, the first 1.5 hours they're on standby. So
Okay.
we'll have either 3 or 4 people on the deck at all times on the watch, and then the first mate, myself, and the second mate, we have a different watch system, and we're always on call. So I'm always the 4th guy, or I'm always the 5th guy. And Aro is with me doing the same thing. So we have 2 first mates, or if you like, 2 first and second mate, and then 3 watches.
But it's so, how do you communicate? Because this boat is so long. How many meters?
She's 20 meters.
She's 20 meters. So when you have the guy steering there, and you have the one at the, my English is not so good, first in front of the boat, how you can speak with him?
Well, what's really important is that you've got a way that you communicate amongst the boat. So one of the things that's key is someone like Aro here. Aro will be maybe running a maneuver. So Aro would be at the mast.
Yeah.
So what we don't do on Spirit Helsinki, the guy on the helm is not giving instructions. All he does is drive the boat. So someone like Aro or I will be in the middle, and we give the helm instructions
and to the
bow instructions.
Okay.
And then that way you always divide the boat
So
up.
you can speak. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of hand signals, you know, up, down, and so on. And we on Spirit Helsinki, everyone is Finnish, except this guy.
Except you, exactly.
So we try to stay in English for maneuvers. We try. It doesn't always work. So sometimes I have to work out what's going on.
And who's the navigator on board? It's you?
So I take primary responsibility for navigation as well. And then Hilla, who you might meet later, is really good at astro and celestial navigation. So her and I do it together, actually.
Yeah. She's still the only girl on board on this leg?
No, we have Joanna with us today as well.
Okay.
So two ladies on board this time. And in the first 2 legs, we had Vera, who's our doctor.
Yeah,
So the ratio is still not great. We still only have 2 ladies out of 13. So yeah. But Ara and I have a strong feminine side, so we make up the difference.
And what's your job on board? What's your function on board? Aro? Do you have allocated?
How could I say? Second mate.
Second mate.
Okay, but
Second
he's
mate.
young.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. Doesn't mean he's not experienced.
Oh, what are you doing in the other life before Spirit of Helsinki? Wait, I give you my microphone a little bit.
So before I joined the project, I have been working in a boat yard and I have a dinghy sailing background, but also I have sailed a lot of big keel boats, for example, classic 6 meters, but also whitbread 60s and stuff like that.
So you will go back to that after the OGR, or you want to change now?
For sure, the next summer I will be sailing with the 6 meters, but the next bigger sailing project is still a mystery.
Okay. So you have to watch this space, as don't say, to see what you will do.
Watch this space. Watch
Don't
this
say that
space.
always.
Yeah.
So watch the Facebook, Instagram page of Spirit of Helsinki. Maybe we'll have news from Aro later. If you have 6 meters boat, looks like a mini transat, but I said nothing.
Nah, it could be a mini campaign. So this guy is going to be a professional, whatever he does. And this is one of the stories about this boat. One is I came with only 3 days before the start, and then when we got to Cape Town, we had to reorganize how we ran the boat. And Aro and I decided to organize first and second mate model.
Yeah.
So our skipper is a watch leader, runs a
Yeah.
watch, and then this guy and I then run the boat for the skipper. So and it works well. And then all the old men have to listen to the young guy on the boat. There you go.
Can we have, unfortunately I don't have battery anymore, so I have to rush to finish the interview. Can we have a look on board? I follow you
Go, okay.
to see how you are sleeping, eating, and I see someone working already in the boat. Hello, sorry for disturbing. Oh, but she's here.
She's here.
Hello, the navigator. What are you doing today? The food? No, it's not food. This. What's this?
Cleaning up the kitchen.
So all part of the preparation for going. This gentleman is
Hello.
got the challenge of doing the food for the boat, for the provisioning. So.
Oh wow. So
planning and taking measures and emailing providers at the moment.
So you are the guys that everyone will hate if the food is not exactly what they
Yeah.
want, or not too much dry food and all this.
Yeah, that's, I guess. They will love me, for sure.
What are you doing
Yeah,
in,
so-
in Finland? When you are not doing the OGR, what are you doing in the other life?
I'm a Googler, so I work at Google, and I have a couple of kind of a small brewery and a restaurant chain. Also taking
Ah,
part.
okay. Oh, so you eat well.
We
So you
well
are
on Spirit
lucky in
Helsinki.
this boat.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we bought our own brewer on board, so we should be okay.
Yeah, small brewery here somewhere.
And the kitchen is like the boat, bigger than. I just came from White Shadow, and it's half of your size, I think.
So the galley and the whole layout of the boat is like a high-end cruising boat,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
can
yeah,
also
yeah.
which you can also
And
race.
I'm impressed. It's so clean. Wow.
Well,
It's
not-
absolutely wow.
that's good. I wouldn't say it's always that clean, but it was. Joanna cleaned again yesterday, and then the guys have been. There's a lot of food left on the boat, a lot of inventory, so they have to sort that out before we bring new stuff on board. So there's no new food on the boat yet. So next 2
okay.
days
So
we
it's
bring.
just.
We bring food on board for 40 days, 45 days for 14 people. So it's a lot of food.
A lot of
Yeah.
and a lot of work to. You still keep the Pfizer Finland.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So that was from back in the day.
I think Tapio, he was crew on this boat on Pfizer Finland when he was young.
No,
told
not
me
what there was
No.
another boat, another
it's
Finnish,
not this one.
another Finnish boat. Scott Bank.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So,
So-
this is saloon. We keep this area for eating. So this has normally got nice cushions. We keep this like this. Nobody sleeps here. This side of the boat is often full of sails and safety equipment. And maybe one guy sleeps where you can see the survival vests there. And then we have, if you go forward, there's 2 bunks in the bow.
Honestly, I'm impressed. This boat is so clean. Are you sure you did 3 legs
And this,
already?
this is the luxury cabin.
Yeah. With 2.
Two of our luxury crew members get to stay in the luxury cabin. And then 2 of the less luxury get to stay up here
Yeah.
in the bow. And then we have a drying locker. As you go forward, we have heating into that area that you're looking into, and all our wet gear hangs in here.
So actually, these poor guys, that's why they are unlucky. Everyone is coming with the wet and all the time.
It's not so good.
It's horrible.
It's not so good, and it's the bouncy end of the boat, right? So this
More
end,
too.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
definitely. So we dry our gear in here. 2 people sleeping in here, maybe hot bunking, depending
Yeah,
on how many crew.
sometimes. Yeah, everywhere.
Yeah.
And here is the sails. Wow.
So
It's
it gets pretty
beautiful.
tight with 14, 13 people. It's a
Yes.
big boat, but
Yeah.
it's still pretty pretty tight. So
yeah,
you
yeah.
have to learn to live together and to
But
work
this
together.
is maybe one of the biggest, when I speak with the crew in all the boats, especially after months, weeks and months,
Yeah.
one of the biggest challenge maybe, someone told me that even bigger than the storms, is to be able to live with people that you didn't choose for so long. When you are not a professional boat with professional skipper doing a circumnavigation today in 1 month.
It's sailing is easy, people are complicated. Okay.
So this is the toilet.
Is it one of the bathrooms, the heads as we call it? One toilet here, and we have one at the back as well.
And are you eating together? No, you don't have time.
Well, kind of. So normally 1 or 2 watches can eat together, and there's 1 watch on deck, and then they'll change, and then they'll have the meal. And every day the watch is taken in turns to cook, to clean. So 1 will do lunch, the second watch will do dinner, and the third watch will be doing cleaning. And then the next day it rotates again.
Okay.
So we keep this cycle going all the time. And then the 2 guys, Ara and myself, are not in the watch. We do a different cycle. So we're kind of on permanent standby, basically.
We were thinking with the Wheatbread that it was a hippie race with people partying all the time. And actually it's very organized, like in, even if most of you are amateurs, it's organized like in a racing boat.
It is within the capabilities that we got here, but there's plenty of partying as well.
I'm in your way. Sorry, a little bit.
Come
I
this way.
almost finished.
2 more
Let
sleep
the
in here.
navigator do know the paperwork.
Yeah, so
this is not fun.
Hilla has got a ton of paperwork, so getting 14 people around the world in a big boat in the OGR creates a mountain of
She's
paper.
especially very brave because she did all the leg with all these men on board and being, I don't know, I always imagine you have to be tough enough to don't kill them, I mean, on the way.
You
never know which way it goes.
you don't know how true that is, actually, by the way. 1 more bunk in there with two
Yeah.
people will be in here. Skipper's in here. I'm in here as well. This is my bunk.
Okay.
It's all drying at the moment, airing, and we call this area the ghetto, because this gets quite disgusting down here.
Why?
Well, you've got
Oh, you have people sleeping here.
1, 2,
Oh,
3,
poor
4,
guys.
5, maybe 6, maybe 7 people in this space.
In this space.
In this space, so this gets pretty. Although it looks like a nice space for 2, it's a tight space for 6.
Wow.
So each one of these areas, that's a bunk, that's a bunk, that's
But
a bunk.
how you guys manage to sleep so close to someone else for the noise? It's impossible. No one's snoring or.
Of course not.
doing
It's
some-
for the middle-aged men. What can you imagine?
Wow.
But once people have been at sea for about 1 week, their body gets into the rhythm, and they get quite tired. And you'll be surprised they can sleep through almost anything. Yeah.
Can sleep in this.
And then we have 1 more drying room. This is a locker that we close with all the wet gear, and there's heating in here, so we make it hot.
So you can. Okay, this is cool.
So we
This
dry
is
the clothes.
correctly,
This is we
yeah.
have 1 at the front, 1 at the back, and then we have a
You
bathroom.
even have glasses. This is fantastic.
Yeah,
it's the
we-
first glass I see.
Because she's a cruising boat, right? So really,
Yeah.
she's a cruising boat. She can go back to cruising mode. And in here, there's even a shower,
Wow.
which,
Yeah.
and we let
Well,
people
it's
have a
cool.
shower maybe every 3 or 5 days, or if you're a sailor, maybe once every 35 days. But for those who are more sensitive, then
But
on
you
this
don't,
boat.
You don't have. I asked the question too because I remember you did the Golden Globe race, so you are on your own. When you cannot wash yourself properly, you don't have skin problems.
I don't, but you have to work at it. You do have to look after yourself, so you can still wash with a small amount of water. You just get good
Yeah.
at it. But people do get sore backsides.
Oh, really? Like the babies?
Like a baby. So baby cream is very important. Baby cream is very
okay.
important.
And for the food, is that I was thinking because at the beginning you have veggies and fruit,
Yeah, yeah.
but the legs are long, and I presume you eat a lot of tins and dehydrated food. How the body? Because today people even maybe we eat more veggies and fruits than before.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And how you don't have digestion problem? on
Not
board?
really, but I miss the fresh veggies a lot. So that's the thing I miss the most on the boat. But we on this boat we have freezers on board, and we can take about 2 weeks of frozen main meals,
Yeah.
which can be good.
So I'm in a luxury boat anyway. I
and
don't
we
have
have
this
and we
question.
make water on board. We have a water maker on board. We have a generator. We make a lot of power. So running a boat like this is about running all the systems. And if the systems are working, the people are happy. The systems start to fail, which they do, things break down, then quality of life goes down with it as well. So I'm very sensitive about water, and the crew coming from a normal life are used to just using fresh water for everything, and it's like, no,
Yeah.
you know, you have to wash the plates in salt water, you wash yourself in salt water. But actually, because this boat is nicely in a cruising mode as well, we're okay. We're quite luxurious. Yeah.
Ian, what is for you so far the best image? If I ask you what's the best image or thing happened in these last legs who came to your mind? Or if I say ask for one memory,
The rounding of Cape Horn with the crew was amazing.
because you saw it, I think.
We saw it. We didn't think we could see it because of the weather, but the sky opened. Cape Horn was there, 40 knots of wind. The boat was going down big waves, and I got all the crew on deck, and everybody was just so delighted with themselves. It was such an achievement for everybody. It was amazing. It just all came out. It's like all this emotion came out just to see one rock. It's crazy. But everybody knew what it meant. So for me, that was great. Yeah.
Did you already knew that when I asked to sailors who circumnavigate about the circumnavigation was the hardest part, very often in the navigation for a sailing point of view, very often they told me that it was not even so much the storms, is getting back the Atlantic, because when you round the Horn,
Yeah.
you did, actually in your mind, you kind of home, your mind is at home, and your body is stuck here because the Atlantic back is long and boring, and the doldrums and all that.
I think the next leg could be the toughest leg. I don't think people realize it, but for the round the Wilders, it's a tough leg. This is going to be a tough leg because everyone thinks they're home, and we've got 35 to 40 days at sea, and we can have storms and we can have calms, we can have everything on this next leg. So yeah, when you round the Horn, you seem to think you're home. But you know my history, you're not home until you're home, right? So,
Exactly.
yeah.
Your history and the history always on sea. And people like you impress me. Oh, what? I can see both of us in the glass. Ooh, this is fun.
Hey, look at that. I haven't looked in the mirror for a while.
I filmed the mirror because I don't want to film you too close when I said that, because maybe it's not so appropriate. I'm very impressed that after what happened to you only 2 years ago, you had been rescued, you lost your boat, and it was such horrible moments.
1 year.
1 year, only
Less than 1 year.
1 year, wow. You are here, you are doing all the legs, you are chief mate, and you are back on ride, and this is fantastic thing.
Thank you. That's
I'm
very
happy
kind.
for you,
Thank
and
you.
I can't wait to see you guys and make a big party somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know if I will be in England, but somewhere
I
in the
hope
world.
so. That'll be good.
Thank you
There
for
you
this
go.
private tour of the most luxury boat. Oh, hi.
There's you see the
Sorry,
skipper.
You are not here, and I
you go.
absolutely wanted to see this boat. I mean, all the boats. But yours, I dream about that in Southampton. you have. No, we finished. We just had a look to how you sleep inside, how are the things. You have a beautiful boat. It's
Yeah, I
amazing.
think we might have a little bit different experience than maybe Maiden. But yeah,
Are you happy?
very happy, always.
Always, it's true.
Yes.
Happy with the boat, with everything. Everything went as you wanted. You planned it with the boat.
More or less, I think we did a great job with the refit. We concentrate for the right things, and we have been very lucky to keep the boat in one piece. Actually, the inverter was the only bigger machine what broke. It was some corrosion inside.
Oh, this one. What is that for?
It's to get the electric,
Okay.
electric into the boat, and it's also a charger for the batteries. So
Oh, but this is cool.
we need that to generate energy.
Well, I didn't show your table chart because Ila was busy.
Yeah, we have pretty.
I give you that.
Yeah, thanks. We have pretty standard equipments. We have the VHF, and then the SSB radio. We have the BHE meterings with the radar. Then we have the fax, weather fax, to get the classical
Because for the people who
Print.
didn't follow yet, this race is a vintage race where you cannot use GPS electronics on board. And unfortunately, you don't have the weather, so you have to manage with all this whole
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, but it's very good when there is some transmissions that we can print them. The problem is that there is not that many stations who sends any.
Yeah, because during
So-
the wheat bread, it was a lot of station everywhere.
Yes.
And now this is one of the problems for you,
Yeah.
and sometimes I feel so sorry. because
Yeah,
I know
we are really struggling with
How-
the
with
high
the
pressures,
section,
low pressures.
Yeah, to know where you are, when you have no sun, it's kind of okay, you know, but you don't know. To don't know where is the systems, it
Yeah.
should be horrible.
For
In
sailing,
short-
the wind is pretty important. The thing so.
especially for people like you who are racing.
Yes, definitely. But then we have the barometer, the classic one. So it makes the drawing for the paper. This is the secondary barometer. We actually got the pin all the way down here on leg 3. That was super low. We actually thought that it broke, but now it seems to be pretty okay again. And that's about it, more or less. Yeah. 2 heaters.
What's the thing you are the most happy about your boat?
I think most important thing is to get dry clothes, good food, and a good sleep.
But for the food, I saw the chief. For the sleep, some people are very lucky there.
Yeah.
And for the dry, your heater there is just.
Yeah, we have actually 2 drying lockers. So
Yeah, wow.
so it's very important to, especially when it's cold and wet, to get the dry clothes.
Do you also have a washing machine? How are you so clean when you arrive in harbors? This is a mystery with the Finns. I never
Yeah.
knew.
Our biggest problem is that sometimes in our shower there is less than 32 degrees water. So,
Ah, okay.
but yeah, I think we have enough clothes to change.
Yeah. I was
We
joking.
change when we leave and we change when we come.
Thank you very much, Lucy.
No
You
worries.
did a beautiful race. You still have a leg, but your boat every time when you arrive, you look so smart. You are such a beautiful boat, and you have such a. Your crew is always smiling, always happy to arrive. So I hope you'll sail as you want for.
Yeah,
for
we will
England.
go fast, the leg 4.
Yeah, because you are 13, big number.
Yeah. And of course we want to be the first boat in England, so I
Okay.
think we will have a great race with Maiden again. We had a so nice race with them when we came here, and I think it will continue.
Okay, so we watch that on the tracker every 4 hours because you guys are struggling here and have to watch all that, but we all become at home, and I'm sure your followers who are watching the video now are doing the same, completely addicted to this fucking yellow big tracker. We wake up in the night to see the position. It's just, no, I'm sure it's an
Yeah.
addiction, and I'm sure I'm not
Yeah.
the only one.
I think it's
So-
actually easier to be here without any data than be home and looking, what are they
But he's
doing?
going there, what is that?
Yeah.
But it's beautiful, and you guys make all of us dreamy. So keep making
Thanks.
us dreamy. So little things in the world
Yeah.
today, with all the wars and
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
things to make us forget about the negativity. And your boat, the others too, are doing that. So bravo and thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you very much.